Hello everyone, this video goes out to Roderick. Thanks for the question, Roderick. Roderick asks, what is the deal with melodic minor, and is it going to be the end of the world if I play it differently than it's generally presented? So first off, let's talk about that second question. I just want to handle that really quickly. Music theory is not about what you have to do and what you can't do. Music theory is just a way to describe the sounds that you hear. So I would explore the idea of melodic minor and just add it to your palette. You might want to use it, you might not want to use it, but the way you use it's kind of up to you, and you know, there are no real rules. And if somebody gets mad at you because you played a certain scale instead of a different one, then that person probably has some anger issues. I wouldn't worry about what they think. So just use it to be creative. Okay, so on to the more important question, the first question. And it's actually kind of a fairly straightforward thing, but I want to use a piece of music to actually explain this to you. So we're going to be taking a look at Greensleves in the key of A minor. Now above me you'll see the A minor scale. Just real quick, we are using a chord progression in A minor. That means we're taking notes of the scale and pairing them up, or in threes actually, so can't say pairing, but there are triads of notes that make chords, and this being a minor piece, we have to actually alter one or two of the notes in order to get some desired effects. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is the harmonic minor scale and why we even have the thing. So natural minor, if we're doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, doesn't have a lot of pull up at the top. So we actually take that G and we make a G sharp, and as you can hear, there's a lot more kind of tension and release with that. Now if I take that scale and I just play it, it's got a really cool sound, but it's not exactly smooth in certain situations. So what happens is we've created a note that gives us a lot of tension, and we can use that note when certain chords pop up, and you'll see which ones in Greensleves. Here's a hint, it's the 5. But we don't exactly have a smooth way to get to that G sharp, especially if we have a 5 chord going on. So what we use in that context is the melodic minor, if that's the desired effect. So melodic minor makes an assumption on the way up. On the way up, it's assuming that when you hit that 5, we're going to be on a major 5. And it sharps the 6 as well as the 7. So in a melodic minor, we have A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. And you can hear it adds a little bit of a smoother path up to that note that creates the tension and pulls us to the 1. But what happens when we hit the 1? Well, we've just resolved our tension. So now we're assuming that we need a smooth way to get back down to where we were that would line up with the 1 chord. And that's just playing the natural minor scale. So now you can play both versions of that going up or down. It just depends on what chord you're playing against. So if let's say I wanted to move upwards and then downwards and then upwards again with melodic minor, well, it just depends whether or not I have a 5 chord going on. So Greensleves is going to be a really good way to illustrate this. On the screen, you'll see the first line of Greensleves. This line uses the harmonic minor scale, and it uses it to create some tension there at the end of the line. So you'll see the G sharp, and that G sharp is used to make an E major chord, the 5 chord of this key, and create some tension and then resolve it. So we get So there at the end we had this G sharp, and it created some great tension. And we're going through some chords, right? And always ending up back at the 1. And then we get a little G sharp. And that gives us a sneak peek to the 5, and then the 5 resolves to the 1. So we had that G sharp from the harmonic minor scale, and it was more for the purposes of harmony. So that is totally just giving us a taste of E major right before it shows up. The second line is going to show you a little bit more of the melodic minor world. And the reason that I chose this is because you'll see that G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, that goes down then up. So this breaks the general way that melodic minor is presented. And it does so because, well, there's an E major chord going on at that point, and it lines up well, and that's why. So you can play it down or up, it just depends on what harmony is going on at that time. So with this part we get, right, so what if we were to play that with the harmonic minor? That sounds kind of weird, so no, that's not very smooth, is it? So we use melodic minor to get a little bit smoother of a sound. Now with that being said, if you wanted to use harmonic minor, I'm sure that you could find a way to make it work. But understand that this stuff, it's all vocabulary, and vocabulary is used to paint ideas. You don't you want it to make sense and sound coherent, at least hopefully, but at the same time, there's a lot of room for creativity here. Greensleeves is a super old piece. We need some more application of this stuff in new and original ways, and that's up to everybody to do. So don't take the rules of this too seriously, but try to consider what it sounds like, and then be able to apply that whenever maybe you're writing something. So definitely don't forget to subscribe. Check out the next video. Happy practice, everybody. Definitely do not forget to subscribe and like this video.